Chelsea just hired Liam Rosenior, and it is the craziest appointment ever. If you want to know what happens next, you came to the right place. Forget his resume, forget everything else, because the only thing that matters for a club like Chelsea to win is a clear, insane tactical identity. Some managers are stuck in one system, but Rosenior's secret weapon is his philosophy. A brave, possession-based style that looks like it was made for Chelsea's young squad. Is this just a wild guess? Well, yes and no. So this is why his system could be a massive success at Chelsea, not a 100% guarantee. This wasn't a random decision. This was about finding the perfect coach for the perfect squad. We're going to break down his insane tactics, show you how Chelsea's players fit perfectly, and explain why this massive risk might be the genius move Chelsea needs to dominate for years. So what is this guy's secret plan? He built it on 3 simple ideas: bravery, engagement, and energy. He is a modern coach, like a student of Pep Guardiola, and he wants his teams to completely control the ball and the entire field. His mission is simple: win the ball back as fast as humanly possible and dominate the other team in their own half. At his last clubs, Hull City and Strasbourg, his teams had a crystal clear identity. He loves using a flexible 3-4-2-1 formation that completely changes depending on what's happening in the game. When they have the ball, it turns into a gigantic 3-2-5 attacking shape, which Chelsea fans have seen before with Enzo Fernández. When they defend, it switches to a super solid 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. But it's the principles that are insane. First, they always build from the back. I'm talking short, patient passes from the goalie to bait the other team in, and then bam, they play right through them. At Strasbourg, he forced his team to play out from the back, even when it was terrifyingly risky. Second, he takes over the middle of the field by overloading it with players. Third, he uses his wingbacks to stretch the other team wide apart, creating huge gaps for his attackers. And finally, the press. The second his team loses the ball, they go into attack mode. They use triggers, like a bad pass from the opponent, to swarm them and win the ball back instantly. This entire philosophy needs skill, intelligence, and unbelievable energy. And when you look at Chelsea's players, it's like this master plan was designed just for them. So that's the big idea. But the craziest part is how perfectly his plan syncs up with the players Chelsea already has. Let's see how this could actually work. First, the build-up. Rosenior's system needs a goalkeeper and defenders who are fearless. They are literally the first wave of the attack. You could see a keeper like Robert Sanchez becoming a secret weapon, basically playing as an extra midfielder to give them an advantage. He'd have 3 ball-playing machines in front of him. Think Wesley Fofana, Benoit Badiashile, and Levi Colwill, who can step up and launch attacks from the back. This solid base lets the midfield duo run the entire game. The 2 midfielders are the engine of the whole team, and you couldn't build a more perfect pair for this than Enzo Fernández and Moises Caicedo. Enzo is the master playmaker who can control the game from deep, while Caicedo is the non-stop engine who wins the ball back. Together, they would be the foundation of that unstoppable 3-2-5 structure, letting the attackers go forward and do insane things. Then you have the fullbacks. Just like Maresca before him, Rosenior will use his defenders in wild, unpredictable ways. One fullback could sneak into the midfield while the other one sprints down the wing. This is perfect for Chelsea's team. On the right, you have monsters like Malo Gusto and Reece James. Gusto is already a beast in that inverted role, and both of them have the stamina to own the entire side of the field. Marc Cucurella is a genius at moving into the midfield. This movement doesn't just create an advantage, it creates total chaos for the other team and opens up the exact spaces where Chelsea's best players can destroy them. And that brings us to the attack. Rosenior's system is designed to create amazing chances, not just a bunch of useless shots. His teams are patient, working the ball until the perfect opportunity appears. It's all about quality over quantity. This is where players like Cole Palmer and Pedro Neto could be absolutely unstoppable. They are perfectly built to be those twin attackers in a 3-4-2-1, finding tiny pockets of space to create magic. Finally, the press. Rosenior demands a savage, organized press, and Chelsea's young, athletic squad was born for it. Forwards like Liam Delap and João Pedro have the energy to lead the attack, and Rosenior now has the best pressing team he has ever coached in his entire life.
But there is a huge risk. No manager is a guaranteed win, and people have some big questions.
The number one complaint about Rosenior's teams is that they just don't score enough goals. At Hull, his team could have the ball all day but couldn't finish. And even at Strasbourg, his time ended with a 5-game winless streak, where his team looked amazing but couldn't create enough shots. People will say his style is too careful, too safe, and it doesn't have that killer instinct you need to win. But this is why the Chelsea job is the ultimate test for him. The theory is that the problem wasn't his system, but the players he had. At Chelsea, he has a level of talent he has never had before. Where his old teams didn't have that spark of magic, he now has Cole Palmer, who sees passes that no one else on earth can see. Where his attacks used to die, he now has an entire squad of players who can create a goal out of absolutely nothing. The god-tier talent of Neto, Palmer, and the others should, in theory, solve the goal-scoring problem forever. Rosenior builds the unstoppable machine. Chelsea's elite players provide the firepower. It's a weapon he's never had before, and the hope is that these world-class players will take his system to a completely different level. So, when you look at the big picture, it's so obvious. Liam Rosenior's philosophy of possession, positional play, and a relentless press is exactly what this Chelsea squad was built for. From the defenders to the midfield to the attackers, every single piece fits perfectly. His system could give these young players the structure they need to finally become superstars. The club spent a fortune building a team of young talent, and Rosenior is the guy who's supposed to put the final piece of the puzzle in place. This move continues the club's master plan, that a modern, possession-based game is the future. Is it a massive leap of faith? Maybe, but it feels like the next genius step in a billion-dollar experiment. But what do you think? Is Rosenior the man for the job? Can his system make this team unstoppable? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more.